Hello and welcome to the third episode of Gamers. I'm Westy.
And I'm Jay, and today we will be reviewing Pokemon Diamond, Crash Bandicoot Mighty Min, and Grand Theft Auto 4.
And we'll also be doing the top 5 of our favourite gaming consoles of all time.
Okay, now we will be reviewing Pokemon Diamond. So what did you think of it?
Well, it's like most other Pokemon games. There's a what's the word? Large map, and you walk around it, catch Pokemon, battle gym leaders, Elite Four, finish the Pokedex, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And so they pretty much added another 100 Pokemon to the overall 400 or so, where you start off with those added Pokemon, a few of the other ones, and then you just verse up against the rest, really. This game has the most legendary Pokemon. Dialga and Palkia are the main ones for Diamond and Pearl, time and space. Yeah.
What I find annoying about the game is that if you're in a battle, you can do something, and it gets down to this slightly little bit of health on the other Pokemon, and then it attacks you and that Pokemon's dead, and it's just left up to fate, like whether they get a critical attack, if it's good or if it's not.
It's extremely repetitive.
You walk into a grass, oh, there's one. Run away, okay, next walk, oh, there's another one. It just takes you like an hour to get, like, from one town to another.
And I hate how there's, like, uncommon, common, and rare Pokemon. You try to catch a rare Pokemon every 3 seconds. There's, like, so you're trying to catch a Onix, which is rare in an area, and every 3 seconds a Geodude pops up. And when Onix actually does pop up, you accidentally kill it with a critical hit. And you're like, what the?
Okay, Rusty, so what would you give Pokemon Diamond?
Well, I would have to say 7.5 GGs. It's a great game, but it's very repetitive. Get it?
Probably about 6.5 GGs because it's just too repetitive for my liking. Every game has been exactly the same. They haven't even changed the gameplay.
Just really the storylines a little different.
Yeah, they haven't changed the gameplay in any way, really. Which just gets boring.
Now we'll be doing the 5th and 4th of our favourite gaming consoles of all time.
And then later on in the show we will tell you the top 3. My number 5 would be the
Game Boy Advance, because it's the first gaming console I ever got. Yeah, it's a great game, but it's not the greatest technology ever. Did it?
Mine would be the Game Boy Color because it was the first console I ever got, and it got me hooked on gaming. It's pretty good. That's what I like it. It's now been outdated a lot, but back then it was ahead of its time. It was really good, and I had a lot of fun playing it. My fourth favorite console of all time would have to be the PS2 because it's the first PlayStation console I got and started. It continued on with the PlayStation. It got a lot of people hooked on PlayStations, and it helped a lot with the console era. So what's your fourth?
I'd have to say the Nintendo Wii. It is fun. Some of my most favorite games are on the Nintendo Wii. But the lack of its motion sense, you actually have to sort of point it directly at it. It brings it down to number 4.
I'm through with standing in line, the clubs I'll never get in, it's like the bottom of the night.
Okay, now we'll be reviewing Grand Theft Auto 4, one of my favorite games of all time. Grand Theft Auto 4 is pretty much just a massive sandbox where you can do missions, steal cars, kill cops, shoot people, kill a lot of people, drive around, explore the world, buy houses, buy cars, buy weapons, and it's about a person, Nico Bellic, called Nico Bellic, who goes to Liberty City, which looks a lot like New York City, but copyright and stuff. And he accidentally becomes part of the mobsters that are in the city, and then everything starts going downhill, and he has to fight his way back up to the top. What do you think of it?
Yeah, it's a fun game. I like the weapons. There's a wide range of them, from a baseball bat to an RPG, to even a fist
Heavy gun or
or a grenade. There's a wide range of vehicles that you can take. They're all not exactly the same or exactly the same color. You can even modify the color and shape it your color. There's quite a consistency of the cops wanting to kill you over and over again. And, yeah.
That's if there's a consistency of you shooting them over and over again.
Or you touching the car. My favorite part about GTA 4 is the glitch swings. The glitch swings.
There's a set of swings that's near a highway, which probably most of you have already seen on YouTube, and you drive up to them and then wait a bit and your car just gets flung around and flips
Yeah.
to a
It's the
vast distance.
yeah, in the building, flying into the ocean and whatnot. There's there's even a section where you can put in cheat codes for cars and weapons and health and stuff. Yeah, epic game. So Jeju, what do you give this game?
I'm going to give it 8 TGs out of 10 because it's got a lot of variety, a lot of freedom, you get to go wherever you like, except when you first start off with single player because then the islands are cut off by the police. And eventually work your way up and then you can get to the higher ranks, and I just like it because it has a lot of things, but then there's not really much that I disagree with it. I generally like it, and yeah. So what do you give it?
I agree with you completely. 8 out of 10 TGs. Except that I do have something wrong about you just touching someone's car and they get really pissed at you and the cops are automatically off. You like touch someone's car by accident and kabam, they're after you.
The car blows up and you go running away. It's action-packed.
Yeah.
Okay, now we will be reviewing Crash Bandicoot Mind Over Mutant Xbox, which I haven't played yet, so I will let Westy review it.
Crash Bandicoot Mind Over Mutant is like pretty much every other Crash Bandicoot game. You jump, you spin, you kill the same old baddies. Really, this only difference is the fact that it's has mutants. But they really took that from the Crash Bandicoot Titans game. Each mutant has a different power. Some sneeze ice, some psychic chickens, and some are turtles that spin around on their back shooting lava. They're pretty much everyone's the same. Ooga Booga, Crash, Coco, and all the enemies are the same too. Cortex and all the same. It's set out on a fairly large island with different seasons in parts of the island. Some parts it's spring, some parts it's winter, and it's ice everywhere. There's even a desert, a rainforest, and just a cave sort of thing. And there was even a Colosseum. It's a game where you basically have to follow the missions. You can't run around on your own doing whatever you want. Well, you can, but it doesn't really do anything for you. It's very repetitive. You basically do the same thing over and over again. You have to save Coco many number of times. And the co-op, the camera really sucks because it stays in the first person as Crash. And if you're the second player, you follow around, but you can get sucked out of the camera, and you can't control any of it. You need to be Coco or Ooga Booga. Ooga Booga, it just shoots chickens, and Coco's pretty much the same as Crash, so, yeah.
Okay, Westy, so what would you give it?
I would give it a 7 out of 10. It is quite repetitive and boring, but it has that fun to it.
It's new, so you have to play it again.
The fun of...
It's like a sequel.
Yeah, it's...
For a movie. You haven't seen it yet, it's kind of exactly the same, but you still want to see it.
And it's fun trying to find out all the mutants, what they do. Jadu?
I haven't played it, but my wife said it's probably about 6, because it just sounds like all the other Crash Bandicoot games. They're a bit boring.
And now we'll be doing the last 3 of our favorite gaming consoles of all time. Number 3 would have to be the Nintendo DS for me. It's the starting of the touch before the iPad and iPhone and all the pod and stuff. It has quite a lot of fun games like Pokemon Diamond, Kingdom Hearts, and Mario Kart. It does sort of bring it down that only one of the screens is touch, and some of the games are really bad. And they could improve it from maybe making the screens a little bigger, like them, and stuff like that. Because there's not much room to do stuff. JD?
My number 3 would have to be the Xbox, because it was the first actual console I ever got, which was pretty fun to do. And we got some games for it, and I played it all. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. My second favorite gaming console of all time would have to be the Xbox 360, because it has great graphics. It's very similar to the Xbox, which I enjoyed thoroughly. It's got a lot of good games. It has the Halo franchise and COD, but that's not all of them. And it was just a good console. It looks good. It's fast. Besides the Red Ring of Death, it's pretty good, which hasn't happened to my console yet. Yeah, what's your number 2?
Xbox 360 as well. Pretty much the same reasons. My number 1 would have to be the PC, because pretty much every game you can play on any console, or most games, you can play on the PC, and everything's free.
Well, mine is
most
free.
things are free,
Besides the DLC, everything's free on it.
everything but RuneScape.
Okay, now we have come to the end of our show. We hope to see you next week when we will be reviewing Minecraft, Portal, and Drawn to Life.